Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Saturday, June 22nd, around 7:45 p.m. Mountain Time 2024. NASA indefinitely delays the return of Starliner to review propulsion data. Holy macaroni. Keep calm. Astronauts are stranded. And it's boom time. A heat wave is bringing searing temperatures to New York and the I-95 corridor, and Washington, D.C. could hit 100. These are all just about at the record highs, which have nothing to do with CO2. Severe storms likely in New Hampshire Sunday. Fun day, including the chance of a tornado. So heed the warnings. Here's the forecast. Record high temperatures likely across the mid-Atlantic, excessive rainfall in the upper Midwest, southern New England, and Southwest. An intense heat wave will continue across the Midwest, Ohio Valley, into the mid-Atlantic, where record high temperatures are likely. Heat will also build across the West this weekend. Severe thunderstorms and flash flooding are possible across the upper Midwest into the Great Lakes and southern New England. Monsoon-like conditions may produce isolated flash flooding in the Four Corners region. And there was, in fact, flooding indeed. Here we are over at Oppenheimer Ranch Project at Diamond the Dave on X. And our most recent post, Spencer, Iowa this afternoon, as the river level continues to rise. This is absolutely unprecedented and devastating. Take a look at some of the photos of Spencer, Iowa. Now, I was out in Iowa, I believe, back in 92 or 4 or 6, one of those years when was the biggest flood ever in history. And the Mississippi actually, in some areas, was 60 miles wide. And we're seeing similar type flooding like that here in Spencer, Iowa. All of this water has to move downstream and will be affecting other cities downriver. And talk about a lot of water. This is what happened in Zermatt, Switzerland, just the other day. Heavy rain and rapid snowmelt led to amazing flooding. And there is the center of the town of Zermatt. Absolutely insane flooding. Thanks in large part to Hunga Tonga. Do we have any more flooding shots here? No, I think that's it. Let's take a quick look at the GFS model and see where that flooding rain potential moving into the northeast here over the next few days, Sunday into Monday. You can see that flooding potential there. And we do have some lingering showers in the Four Corners here that could be popping up time and again. Overall, no real severe weather threat until midweek next week, as you can see it popping up here in Iowa. Canada hit with record-breaking heat and cold. Grand solar minimum much, both at the same time. Here is downtown Brandon, pictured experiencing a mix of rain and snow on Friday morning, while the eastern Canada was sweltering under a heat wave. Can you believe that? On June 19th, Alberta set 13 new record low temperatures. And about 380 kilometers west of Edmonton, Hendrickson Creek had the biggest drop with a new daily minimum of minus 2.7 C. At the same day, over 100 heat records were broken across the eastern part of the country, Ontario, Quebec, and the Atlantic provinces. That is exactly what this channel predicted 10 years ago. Australia's coldest towns reveal following week-long cold snap across eastern Australia. While the East Coast may be burning up, it's certainly record cold in many parts of the world. Seismic update. Large rumbler in Laytonville, California, coming in at 4.3. Right in that scary Cascadia zone. So quite interesting. Probably rattling some nerves. Overall, low-level activity worldwide. Quick look at worldwide volcano news for the day. Semaru to 15,000 feet. Libatobi to 8. Raventador, 15,000-foot puff. Karaminsk puffing today with Nevado de Ruiz. Marapi on the list. 11,000-foot puff today. The activity on the Reykjanes Peninsula is gradually weakening. 3 small lava arms overflowed the barrier. And construction and cooling continue. Ibu volcano to 14,000 feet. Liwatobi, 8,000 foot puff today. Semadu, 15. Marapi coming in at 11. And that is going to wrap it. Oh, we've got Dukono at 8 to 8. Ibu to 14. And what else is on the list? Well, Marapi to 11. Yes, and that is going to wrap up today's less than spectacular worldwide volcano news. Quick look over at space weather. A little bit of minor flaring coming from the new active regions that are now just entering the picture as the big sunspots exit the disk. You can see all this activity on the incoming limb here as we buckle up for maybe some spicy space weather in the coming week. Overall, 3-day geomagnetic forecast is all quiet on the Western Front. NASA indefinitely delays the return of Starliner to review propulsion data. Now, if you were one of these astronauts, what would you be thinking now? Would you be thinking about all the issues of all the other Boeing aircraft? I don't know how they got anyone to get onto this rocket ship, to be quite honest. But in an update released late Friday evening, NASA said it was adjusting the date of the Starliner spacecraft's return to Earth from June 26 to an unspecified time in July. Cross your fingers, it might be a bumpy ride. You want to know some problems with the 90-degree Earth flip theory? Well, this is the article for you, The Mammoth Conundrum, an advanced catastrophism discussion sent to us by one of our followers. It goes in great depth debunking the idea of a 90-degree Earth flip. So check out the article, check out the evidence. We're going to have Fremnant on the show to discuss the article soon. And if you have a moment, please join the discussion over at Magnetic Reversal News in just a few minutes when Leah and I go over the warning of a forthcoming AMOC collapse, Danskard Oeschger events, and climate change, and what may be occurring in the very near future on Earth, and what some of the effects of the collapse of the AMOC might be. Going to be an interesting show, so join us over at Magnetic Reversal News in just a few moments. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Share this video with like-minded people. You can simply give us a thumbs up and become a Patreon. Support the work we do. Watch all of our podcasts in one place, commercial-free. But most importantly, be safe. We love you, and we would love it for you to join us over at Magnetic Reversal News for a 1-hour discussion on the collapse of the AMOC. Be safe. Mimi.